Pretty interesting developments for this event here that is happening. It's like the perfect storm. Our ad account for Facebook got shut down, and I've not had an ad account get shut down in a while. But usually when we get most signups, it's usually in the last 5 days, and the ad account, I was told, was shut down like 3 days ago. We'll take a look at the campaigns. And number two is that there's that coronavirus outbreak that is happening here. Everybody seems to be panicking. So I'm very curious to see what the show up is. Let's find out what happens.
CEO of Smobile,
Peng Joon is here.
I want you to set your expectations high because I will massively exceed them. So I was initially really hesitant to release this video because what you're about to see, I know, could easily be taken out of context. Now, initially I wanted to do a case study to show you how I wanted to change and turn $10,000 into $100,000 from an event that I was doing in Singapore on February the 11th. Now understand, February 11th, depending on when we actually release this, if we actually release this video, could be about 2 months ago. And understand that the whole vibe and the whole mindset and the whole thinking about the whole coronavirus thing was totally different. Back then, when I did this event, there was less than 20 cases in Singapore, 0 deaths. The whole crisis in Italy, in Europe, in the US has not happened yet. When you watch the video, you realize that I'm making all the mistakes in the book. I was touching my face, I was, shaking hands with people. So I know that because of how things has developed over the last 2 months, things has really changed. So keep that in mind because the main essentials and the case studies and the takeaways of how to run profitable ads is more important than ever now that everyone is stuck at home, now that Facebook has actually decreased the cost of ads and the price of ads has actually dropped. What you're about to discover is going to be a much more important skill more than ever. So I'm backstage and it is, can't really see it, but it's 5 minutes to 2, which is when we are supposed to begin. But right now the team is doing the setup. That's Marcus over there. Marcus, how many people are registered?
Close to 400.
Close to 400. Okay, and right now how many are we setting up for? 60. We have never, ever had such a bad show-up rate. Fear will always outsell happiness or positivity. And that's just the sad thing. And that's why fear in marketing is just so powerful. This is my thought process, and this is something I learned about 10 years ago. This business is not about me. There were times when I remember I had to show up at an event where an organizer promised me that would be like 1,000 people, and when I went to that room, there were 80 people there. At that point in time, I remember thinking to myself, it's not about me, it's about the 80 people that still showed up. And when I shifted my focus on them and making it about them, everything changed. So it is 2 o'clock right now, and usually doors will open in about 3 minutes, and but it looks like the team is still setting up. The music's getting turned on right now. There are always the good days, there are the not so good days, there are learning days, and today is probably going to be a learning day. Rather than focusing on the people that's not here, we are focusing on the people that did show up, and we'll work with what we have. Okay, let's go. Okay, it looks like we didn't allocate enough chairs, which is usually a good problem to have.
94 people showed up.
Ooh, 94 people showed up.
Yeah, I mean, although there's this virus thing that's going on, but still 90 plus people show up, which is really good.
What up?
How we doing, Marcus?
I think we did pretty well. The people that came were really serious about making a change in their life, and that's why for ourselves we did pretty well as well. That's all for me.
So now we are in between sessions, 7 p.m., 30 minutes before the room door reopens. One of the things that I'm always thinking about is how I can leverage the event and create additional resources, either turn that thing that I'm currently doing, how can it be a digital asset that can be utilized for an ad, for a YouTube video, for Facebook. So I'm always thinking about how can I take what I'm about to do that day and turn it into a resource that lives on forever. When it comes to a Facebook ad, a YouTube ad, a sales video, there's really always just these few components that needs to be covered, and with enough practice, you will see, regardless of whatever it is that you want to sell or offer in any market, in any niche, it's always about following these few things. Okay, it is always urgent problem, unique solution, unquestionable proof, user-friendly, proposition with a call to action. So with those 4 components in mind, I'm just thinking about, okay, if I'm going to run an ad inviting people to an event that could be similar to this, then in my mind, mentally, I am just going to go through these 4 things. One of the things that you want to do whenever making offers is you want to have a prop. A prop makes a great pattern interrupt, especially for social media, because right, people are browsing the videos, they are swiping if it's on Facebook. With a prop, it's a great pattern interrupt. It's all of a sudden this thing that's in their face. I understand that the journey to greatness and the journey to mastery is in practice. And that's why I'm getting practice right now as well. The initial investment for a person starting out is to invest in a skill set in themselves that gives them higher income. This is the first thing to invest in. So this could be marketing, this could be closing, this could be running ads, but something that enables them to earn more. Correct. That's the first level of investment. Then the second level of investment is investing in the business. Now that a person has an earning capacity and they're able to do that thing and start generating cash flow, that is when they can invest it in their own business so that they can get more returns. This would be like Facebook ads, so that they have a capital to put $1 in, get back $2 out. And that is only when a person is ready to go to the third level, and the third level is really the financial investment. This would be like real estate, stocks, financial assets that get them more money. But financial assets will never get a person returns if they do not have millions pumped into it.
Sounds great, man. I'm very enlightened.
Yeah. Well,
Appreciate it.
thank you so much.
Can I grab a photo with you?
Yeah, of course.
First day meeting you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank
Wish
you,
you all the
man.
best in the future endeavors.
All right, and this is it. The team is packing up, getting ready to go for dinner. I am starving. But let's do a quick debrief and show you the actual numbers of this event. So whether you're selling physical products or digital products, whether you're selling live events, whether you're selling masterminds, whether you're in a network marketing company, whether you're in flip homes, whatever it is, you must understand the key numbers to your business and your sales process. Think of it as in every sales process, there are always these different steps. Step number 1 is you must know how much money you spent on a certain ad campaign. So let's say by spending $100, you must know how many, next number is how many clicks did you get from spending the $100. So let's say if you got 50 clicks, therefore the next number that you must know is your cost per click, right? How much did it cost you per click? So if you spend $100, you got 50 clicks, it costs you $2. You must know what is your cost per result. Now, what is a result? A result could be an opt-in, it could be a webinar registration, it could be somebody signing up for a phone call for an appointment with one of your salespeople, or in this case here, it's somebody signing up for an event. So the next thing that we must know is what is our cost per result. The result for this event is basically somebody that lands on a page that says, I'm interested in signing up for this event. Now, if you were to take a look at these numbers over here, you can see that our cost, we spent 41,000 ringgit, which is about 10,000 US dollars. And we got about $87 cost per result. 87 ringgit is approximately 20 US dollars, okay? If we were to spend $100, we would have 5 people signing up, right? That's a cost per result. It cost us $20 to get somebody to register for this event. Now, the next thing is, what is the show up rate? Now, usually, without the virus, it's about 50%. But this time, hey Bailey, what's our show up rate for this event? 32%. Okay, 32%. Roughly 1 in every 3 people will show up. If our show up rate is 32%, that means our next number we must know is it cost us $60 to get somebody to be in this seat. The next number that you need to know in your sales process is basically, once somebody shows up, what is your close rate, right? So if somebody lands on your webinar, if somebody gets on that phone call for that appointment with your salespeople, if somebody comes to an event. So I know that when I do webinars, when I do live events, webinars I'll usually get about 10% close rate for a $2,000 offer. At a live event, I'll get about 20%. When you know what your close rate is, then you know how much sales you get. And that is how you can forecast for future events. The three main pillars and chains when it comes to my business is really just these few things. Is my ad good enough so that I can get a decent cost per click, which isn't insane? Number two, how can I decrease how much it costs me for get somebody to register? So this will be the landing page. So first pillar, how can I make the ad engaging? Second pillar, how can I make it so that my cost per registrant of somebody registering for this live event goes down? Number three, what's my process to get somebody to show up? Is the email sequence in place? How can I get the show up rate to go up? Number four, how can I make my pitch, my presentation, and what it is that I'm doing better so that I can improve my close rate? You could be running and selling a high ticket on the phone. It could be a real estate deal where you get a $30,000 commission. So if that's you, so same thing. How can I make my ad more interesting? How can I decrease the cost of a phone call, somebody booking and scheduling a phone call? How can I make sure that they actually show up for that phone call that is scheduled? How can I improve the close rate that happens on a phone call? When I understand my numbers, the amount spent, how many results I get, how much cost per result, this is literally, and you can see my cost per click is roughly about $2, which is basically what matches this thing here. When you understand your numbers in business, the path to scaling is all math. Our numbers today would have been a whole lot higher because usually our show up rate can be up to 55 to 60%. And if our show up rate was our usual numbers, today would have been a six-figure day just from this event alone. But we're shy of that because of the coronavirus. So coronavirus, thank you very much. But it is what it is, and we always work with what we have and the best way we can. So I hope you found value. This is how we make it happen. The path to scaling is all math. I'll see you in the next episode.